The following is an exclusive original presentation of the 252 ESPN Radio Network.
The drive starts right now.
Starts right now.
Just living the dream.
Here's a guy who gets paid to talk.
Are you ready for the most electrifying man in sports and entertainment?
No, he didn't. Doing a radio show, so what? The most anticipated radio show ever.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, happy All-Star Tuesday. This is the Drive, East Carolina Sports Show on your ride home. I am Mark Penicelli. He is Sam Avalos.
Yeah, All-Star Tuesday. I enjoyed last night. Can I say I'm kind of burnt out now? Like I did last night, had a blast with the home run derby, and now I legitimately have zero interest in this All-Star game tonight.
It's not going to...
Yeah.
I mean, how are you... First off, this is one of the classic case of, you know, in show business, there's the opening acts and the closers, right? And the closer, the headliner, right? The headliner's supposed to be the All-Star game, right?
Yes.
That's what we all came to see, the All-Star game. But this is really dangerous for me to say, but the sideshow, and specifically the home run derby. You know what was sad? The fact that ESPN should have aired the celebrity softball game the hour before, since it was already a day delayed anyway.
Right.
They played it, actually played it Sunday night. They should have played it before the home run derby. Now they didn't know what they had.
You're right.
They didn't know what they had, but part of it was, you were, from my opinion, the home run derby was thoroughly entertaining. This is from a guy too who's like, home run derby, it is what it is, as Tepper would say. But that was so incredible last night, and specifically the fact that Schwarber and Hoskins, I thought whoever goes through that, Harper, Schmarper, that guy's going to win it because that was an epic battle, and Schwarber was just knocking it out. And
then Harper decided to invoke the power of America and hit 9 home runs in 9 pitches. And I think his dad is probably a better baseball player than he is. Bryce Harper's dad is hot. Like, can we just step up here and say that today? Bryce Harper's dad. Like, look, every
Manly
woman
man
in America talks about Bryce Harper. Oh, Bryce Harper, the hair. Oh, he's so dreamy. Nah. Bryce Harper's dad, man. The apple didn't fall too far from the tree, but Bryce Harper's dad got it going on.
Yeah, and he really rallied
on his arms,
because part of what was going on was his dad got in a slump too during the stretch. I mean, he just couldn't get a good pitch in there, and that's part of it. You got to get a good pitch, and he started getting it right. And you were right. I mean, what was beautiful was after the timeout, and you looked at it, and it was whatever it was, 18-5, and you were like, okay, Bryce has blown it. Like, man, you're at home. This is just Washington Nationals baseball, man. We get here, feature, and we stink up the joint. And then, as you were talking about, that rally happened, and it was just unbelievable. It really was thoroughly entertaining to watch the home run derby last night.
Yeah, the home run derby was great. The best part of the home run derby, outside of the actual home runs themselves, was probably Buster Olney trying to track down Bryce Harper afterwards to do his little interview, and Bryce Harper was not interested in talking to Buster Olney at all. And, it's just the TV obligations that Olney has, but some of the screen grabs that I've seen throughout the day-to-day of Buster Olney's face as he's essentially just getting friend-zoned by Bryce Harper, who would much rather go talk to his teammates, and Kyle Schwarber, who he just defeated, and all this stuff. Buster Olney was chasing him around for a solid 15 or 20 seconds before you could hear a producer sort of scream like, hey, Bryce, over here, because they had to get their moment with him. But Buster Olney doing that, and then I'm with you, man. The Celebrity All-Star Game completely lived up to the hype. I needed a little bit more Shaq in my life, but once I saw Bill Nye strike out in a celebrity softball game, I was hooked. I was like, okay, I'm here for this. Tim Kurkjian scoring from second base.
Tim Kurkjian's
The Miz is a really good baseball player.
I already respected Kurkjian But after watching him play, I love the guy. Like, he's straight up the real deal. 5'4", all hustle, and knows the rules. Like, don't try to pull that sliding into second base mess with Tim Kirchin. Just a fantastic guy. So but compared to the home run derby, it was Yeah, I mean, it was fun.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yes.
You know, it's not you're not gonna get the same level of excitement from the from Bill Nye and Tim Kirchin as you did from Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper. Did you catch the random little insertion into the home run derby there before they did the championship game, where they did the the whole thing was T-Mobile was doing this Hats Off for Heroes promotion, and they had the softball
Navy
players, the Navy guys.
Name?
Yeah, right. The swing off between the two military members. What was that, man? Like, I was happy that they were out there, but the fact that they were asking these guys to hit softballs as home runs in that park, there was one home run hit. Yeah. Those guys were jacking those balls, and I was sitting there like just face palming myself, like, this is so embarrassing for these guys who are out here crushing these balls, but they're asking Bryce Harper to hit baseballs. These guys are having to hit softballs out of a major league park. That is a feat that is unattainable, and I was so shocked that one guy was able to put one over the fence.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't they have given them golf balls?
Yeah, or just baseballs. Or, move the fence in a little bit, like something. But to ask these guys to go out there on national TV, the guy swung for 45 seconds, hit some moonshots.
Yeah.
Didn't hit a single one out, and everyone's like, you didn't hit a home run. It's like, yeah, no shit. We'll have to get that.
Ooh, some random Tuesday stuff there.
You can tell I was bothered by
This is going to be a fun show today. Kevin Reddick's going to join us, former Tar Heel and NFL linebacker. He's got a camp coming up in the community on Saturday. We're going to promote that. But obviously, we want to talk a little football. Football's coming around the corner. We got the ACC media kickoff is taking place tomorrow and Thursday in Charlotte. You and I will be there. And certainly, we'll talk to him about having another Newbern Bear in the NFL, joining that fraternity as Kevin Reddick did. And, again, just some good – it's always good to hang out. And – who knows? Sam may bring up that whole NC State thing again. Are you still mad about Kevin Reddick and that alleged incident?
He stomped on and spit on Jarvis Williams.
That's what was that was perpetrated by the media.
I was there. I watched it happen.
So we will talk to him.
You can tell I'm fired up today. So Kevin better not cross any lines.
Yes. I know. Listen, part of the problem that you and I both have about the All-Star game tonight is it's a travel day for you and me.
Yes.
So as soon as we get done with the show today, it's off to prepare for Charlotte, and that presents a little bit of All-Star conflict between you and I. As far as I can't sit down and watch a lot of this All-Star game tonight because I got a million other things that are more important for me to do. So. If I throw that on top of the fact that I don't completely mirror what Darrell Harris said on our show yesterday, but the All-Star game has lost its oomph to me and had been over the years, as many of these All-Star events have. The actual All-Star games themselves. I think the NHL probably does it best, but it's the smallest of the big four, if you will. And so very few people watch it. They do that where the divisions are the all-star teams, and they play a little mini tournament. Mm-hmm. That's kind of fun. We talked about that in theory for the for the NBA. Like if they had like a 3-on-3 tournament with the all-stars and how much fun that would be. But the truth is they're never going to do that.
Right.
And but as I said, in this changing world, I'm always open for discussion of how we can change these things. I think that it's ridiculous at this point. I don't know what we can do other than drastically alter the game itself to really make changes to make these all-star games better. As I said, kind of what the NHL has done. Unless you're going to go radically change the entire formula, it is what it is, as Tepper would say. That's a recurring theme today.
Right. So I guess the thing for me with the All-Star game, it's like the MLB needs to decide what exactly they want it to be, because for so many years they were playing with the implication of, okay, this is to decide home field advantage in the World Series, and they were trying to put some pressure on the All-Star game to actually mean something, which is all well and good, and some people have their their qualms with that, and some people didn't want it to matter, and whatever, they did away with it, so it doesn't make a difference. But the great thing about all the other All-Star games, and the great thing about the Home Run Derby last night, is it's a chance to just showcase what's so cool about the sport, like to showcase the athleticism and some of the high-flying acts and the highlights of the sport. Does baseball want this to become a fun event, a showcase, stuff that directly mirrors what happened last night, where everybody's on the edge of their seat and screaming and the place is electric? Yeah. Or does baseball want the All-Star game to just be another baseball game with really good players? Because what you're going to get tonight is a 2-1, a 3-2 baseball game that's going to feel like it drags on forever. It's going to be a lot of really good pitching. It's probably going to be pretty slow-paced, and that's not what I'm really there for. But if you find some way to make it more fun, make it into a softball game. Take the celebrity softball format and fit that to the All-Star game mold, something to where you actually get to see these players swing the bat and see how far they can hit it, and opportunities for steals and just more. I need more balls in play. I need more balls flying through the air. Yeah. I need more guys flying around the bases if you're going to get my attention on an All-Star game, because otherwise there's 162 games in a regular season. This just becomes game 163, and I'm not going to be all that interested in it.
Yeah, and I don't want to pack on the pressure, baseball, but this is your stage. It's the Midsummer Classic. I mentioned yesterday, and I'll say it again, because when I start saying these sorts of things, people mistake the fact that I support baseball. I'm there. When the playoffs are starting, I'm right there watching with everybody else. And I was saying yesterday, TV ratings the last few years have been really, really good. But this is one of your biggest stages. And to me, this should be one of those, when we reflect on it, wow, the All-Star game got a big 16, 18 rating, or whatever we do with this. But unfortunately, I think it turns into a lot of what you and I are talking about. If I get a chance to watch it, I'll watch it. But it's not necessarily appointment television. It's not going to draw me in, because, it's an All-Star game. And the way that these things have played out over the years, they're not really exciting. One of the most exciting things in recent years was interviewing Bryce Harper during the game, which is, it's unique without question, but that goes to show you that that's really the most, it's not been plays.
No.
The only real All-Star play that I remember vividly is Bo Jackson's home run the year that he was just tearing it up and everybody was Bo crazy. He had a big home run representing Kansas City in whatever, 88, 90, around that time frame. I don't have any like All-Star memories that go, ooh. Not like baseball, right. Not like playoff memories or World Series memories or even regular season memories. Again, as I say, my biggest thing with baseball is this is one of the biggest stages you have. You'll have no competition, no NFL, no NBA, no NBA offseason, nothing competing with you. But the show is just so mediocre. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm not, even if I wasn't traveling, if something better came up, I'm not going to be like, whoa. Thanks for the invite, but the All-Star game is tonight, man.
Yeah.
Got to say no.
It's like, I don't even know if, because I get what you're saying, like as far as memories go, but I don't know that I can rack my brain and find any real memories from NBA All-Star games or anything like that. Because it's just the nature of the event. It's it's a one-time thing. But I do remember being entertained during NBA All-Star games. I do remember being entertained during Pro Bowls, for goodness sakes. The stuff the hockey does is probably the best as far as the competition on the ice. But
we remember the home run derbies and the slam dunk contests more than we remember the games.
We do. And so I guess they like it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like they're trying to keep it too traditional, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like in this world, and you were talking about ratings have just crashed over the past several years for the ratings for the MLB All-Star Game. So if you look back at 2010, it was a 7.5. Since then, it has steadily gone down to where the last 2 seasons, Fox posted a 5.4 and then a 5.5 last year.
Stop,
like the Big Bang Theory does better than that.
I want to give American meat and potato sports fan some scary knowledge. More people watched England, Croatia than watched the All-Star Game. That's got to be alarming, right?
Yeah, I mean,
to some degree.
Yeah, right. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's the biggest sporting event in the world,
but in America,
right,
where again, World Cup success.
Why would
is
we care about France
new.
and Croatia?
Right, especially when it's England, Croatia.
Yeah. So, I really wish they would just change the All-Star Game altogether, because realistically, many people listening right now who have plans to watch the All-Star Game tonight are going to tune in. They're going to see the national anthem. They're going to see the players go out there. And after about an inning or two, they're going to say, oh, this is just another slow, kind of boring baseball game. The baseball purists, the people who are committed to sitting down and watching 9 innings of baseball on any given night, those people exist like crazy. We heard Daryl say yesterday that he watches over 100 baseball games a year, probably over 200 baseball games a year. Most people aren't like that. But what the All-Star break and the All-Star Game is an opportunity for baseball to do is to grab fans who aren't already there every single night and to somehow get them excited and get them to fall in love with one player or one particular team. And the All-Star Game should be a platform for that. Last night certainly probably did a very good job of that. A lot of people had no idea who Max Muncy is, but all of a sudden, this short little chubby guy can hit bombs for the LA Dodgers, and they've gotten more fans for the Dodgers. Bryce Harper became Captain America last night. A lot more people probably became Nationals fans last night. But tonight, you're not going to have that impact from anything that happens on the field. It's not going to convert any baseball players or any baseball fans, into more steady consumers of the sport, because it's still the same boring product that MLB has been struggling with to gain more viewers from over the past several years.
So there's that.
Make it a softball game.
I think that's a great idea. They're not going to change it, though. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't. I'm with you. There's got to be more action, I think. But again, when you talk radical change in the baseball world, it's scary. Right. I mean, it's like, you're like, what? It's like going in a time machine.
Yes.
And trying to explain the internet to people that lived in the 50s. You know what I mean? It's like, you're not going to believe this. You're going to take a TV. It's going to be like a TV and encyclopedia, and it's all in the phone.
What's a TV?
Call the pastor.
Yeah. I'm just laughing at, like, as I'm sitting here thinking back on what I've said over the past couple of minutes. It's like, man, I don't know that I've ever, like, been so passionate about any particular thing in my life. And then it just makes me pause and stop and think about how awesome what you and I do here every single day, because there's people out there who are dealing with legitimate issues, world issues right now, and we're sitting here having a serious up-in-arms debate about what they should do to the MLB All-Star Game. And
this
how
is wrong. And somebody needs to fix the All-Star Game.
This is a real problem. People are dying.
Man, when you say it that way.
Great job.
I think that absolutely puts it in perspective.
Such a joke.
SEC Media Days are going on right now.
We get paid for this.
We're going to talk SEC football, I think, at some point today. I've got some audio from Jimbo Fisher, who's now in the SEC of all things at Texas A&M. And I have some thoughts on that. I mean, Jimbo, wow. Like,
is he coming at the ACC?
Huh?
Is he coming at the ACC? I haven't heard.
I don't know. No, he has. It's really standard, blah, blah, blah. But I got some personal thoughts on Jimbo's move about, I know it was what was best for him from a personal standpoint, but man, I mean, wow. I'll save it for that piece. Kevin Reddick is going to join us. I'm excited. We'll talk some football with him. As well, we got some NFL stuff to talk about. Le'Veon Bell and Earl Thomas, two guys who aren't happy with their current situations from the way it looks. So let's take a quick break, get all our energy going, and when we come back, we'll get things really cranked up.